All right, everyone. Get ready for a deep dive that's going straight to the heart of India's space program.
It's a topic that's bound to show up on your UPSC exams, folks.
You got that right. We're talking ISRO's latest moves and what they tell us about where India stands globally.
And this goes way beyond rockets and satellites.
Oh, yeah.
This deep dive is going deeper.
Much deeper.
Touching on agriculture.
International partnerships.
Everything you need for those exams.
Exactly. And we're kicking things off with something that sounds straight out of science fiction.
What's that?
ISRO's sprouted cowpea seeds in space.
Wow.
Just days after launch.
No way!
I mean, space-grown black-eyed peas.
That gotta be a first.
Come on, that's got to be a first, right?
It is a first, and it's a pretty big deal.
Huge.
Think about what this means for long-duration space missions.
Yeah.
Even colonization efforts.
It's wild.
This isn't just a fun fact.
It's like a preview.
A glimpse into the future of food sustainability in space.
Space, exactly.
Oh, and by the way, this aligns perfectly with the space technology and its applications
Yeah.
section of your UPSC syllabus.
You got to know this stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this experiment with the catchy name, CROP-PS,
CROP-PS.
which stands for
Compact Research Module for Orbital Plant Studies.
catchy.
Very catchy.
It's basically testing how plants behave in microgravity.
Exactly.
But here's what I find really fascinating.
What's that?
This isn't happening on some fancy new spacecraft.
Oh,
It's on a repurposed rocket stage.
you're kidding?
Nope.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's called
What is it called?
PMM4,
PM4.
the PSLV Orbital Experimental Module.
Okay.
And it's the fourth stage of the PSLV rocket,
Wow.
transformed into a mini space lab.
That's amazing.
It's not just a cool tech trick.
No, it's not.
It's a prime example of ISRO's commitment to frugal innovation,
Frugal innovation.
which comes up again and again in those UPSC questions
Oh, yeah.
about the Indian space program's cost effectiveness.
They love to ask about that.
They do.
It's a favorite.
And it's not just CROP-PS hitching a ride on PMM4.
No.
They've got 24 payloads up there,
24.
including some from Indian startups
Really?
and universities.
Ah,
That's a whole lot of science
it is.
going on up there.
Yeah.
Tell me more about these payloads. What kind of research are they doing up there?
Well, there's a lot to cover,
I bet.
but a couple highlights definitely stand out.
Okay, lay it on me.
There's a walking robotic arm,
A walking robotic arm.
which is designed for inspection and repair work in space.
So picture a little robot inchworm
I love it.
inching its way along a space station, fixing things as it goes.
That's amazing.
That's the future of space exploration right there.
It really is.
And understanding the technology behind it could easily be the focus of a question
Oh, absolutely.
on your exam.
You could see that.
You could,
For sure.
okay, a space inchworm? That's pretty cool.
It is cool.
What else have they got up there?
Another fascinating payload is the debris capture robotic manipulator.
The debris capture robotic manipulator.
Essentially, it's a robotic claw designed to grab
Grab
and deal with space debris.
space debris.
Yeah,
Now, why should a UPSC aspirant care about this?
good question.
I'm glad you asked.
Think about the growing problem of space junk
Uh-huh.
and its implications for future missions,
Okay.
and the international debate
Yeah.
surrounding responsible space exploration.
Makes sense.
This tech puts India right at the forefront of that conversation,
At the forefront.
leading the way.
So India's not just launching satellites and growing space peas. Yeah. They're actively tackling the issue of space debris.
That's right.
That's a pretty big deal.
It is.
And definitely something UPSC could ask about.
Oh, yeah.
But wait, there's more, right?
There's always more.
You mentioned something about docking experiments.
Oh, right. We can't forget about SpaceX.
SpaceX.
Space docking experiment.
Now, mastering docking technology might seem niche,
It might.
but it's absolutely fundamental. It is to India's larger space ambitions.
Think about it. Docking is crucial for building space stations,
Okay.
executing lunar missions, even bringing samples back from other planets.
Oh, wow.
It's the building block for almost every complex space endeavor.
So SpaceX is basically India proving they can play with the big boys in space,
Exactly.
building up the skills needed for more ambitious missions down the line.
That's right. And not just any big boys.
Right.
Mastering this technology puts India in a very elite group,
Oh, wow.
alongside just 3 other countries
3 other countries.
who have this capability.
That's amazing.
Now remember, UPSC exams
Yes.
often ask you to compare India's space program to that of other nations.
I see where you're going with this.
Knowing this kind of detail could give you a real edge
An edge.
in those comparative essays.
All right, so far we've got space-grown food, robot inchworms,
Love it.
a space claw cleaning up debris,
So cool.
and India perfecting the art of docking spacecraft.
It's amazing.
It's a lot to take in.
It is.
But it seems like all of this is pointing towards something bigger.
You're right, and that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
Especially from a UPSC perspective.
Lay it on me.
Remember, the exam isn't just about knowing facts.
No,
It's about understanding the why behind those facts.
I like it.
So let's dive into that why next and see how all these seemingly separate pieces
Yeah.
actually fit into India's larger strategy
Yeah.
for becoming a major player in space.
Sounds like this deep dive is about to get even deeper.
Much deeper.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be back in a flash to unpack the motivations behind India's space program
It's going to be good.
and why it matters so much, both for India and for your UPSC exams. Welcome back, everyone. So we've covered some pretty amazing stuff.
We have.
Spacefaring, black-eyed peas,
It's mind-blowing.
robot inchworms, even a giant claw cleaning up space debris.
Incredible, right?
It is. But before we get too carried away
Yeah.
with the wow factor, let's shift gears a bit
Okay.
and dig into the why.
The why.
Why is India pouring so much effort and resources
So many resources.
into space exploration? This, my friends, is prime UPSC territory.
Absolutely. Remember, UPSC examiners, they aren't just looking for rote memorization. They want to see that you can analyze things,
Right.
connect the dots,
Uh-huh.
and understand the motivations behind these major
A
developments.
big picture.
Exactly.
So let's unpack those motivations, shall we?
Let's do it.
Now, obviously, there's the scientific advancement angle,
Of course.
pushing the boundaries of human knowledge,
Always pushing further,
making new discoveries,
finding new things.
developing cutting-edge technology. That's a given. Right?
It's a given, but UPSC loves to go beyond the obvious.
Deeper.
Think about it.
Okay.
Scientific progress, it has a ripple effect.
A ripple effect.
It leads to technological spin-offs,
Turn off.
advancements in other fields, even boosts national prestige.
It's a chain reaction.
It's a powerful tool
Power.
for demonstrating a country's capabilities
On a global scale.
on the world stage.
So it's not just about what we learn out there in space.
No.
It's about what those discoveries enable us to do back here on Earth.
Exactly.
Almost like a domino effect, right?
Just like that.
One scientific breakthrough leads to another,
And another.
and suddenly you've got new industries, new technologies,
The possibility.
a whole new landscape of possibilities.
Exactly. And let's not forget the economic implications.
The economic implications.
The global space economy is booming with satellite launches,
Okay.
space tourism,
Oh, wow.
even resource extraction on the horizon.
Really resource extraction.
I'll come in.
Are we talking about mining asteroids?
Maybe.
That sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It might seem far-fetched, but it's definitely on the radar.
On the radar.
And UPSC is known for asking questions about emerging trends.
That's true.
So it's worth keeping an eye on this.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on it.
But for now, let's stick with the more immediate economic benefits.
Okay.
India is already a leader in commercial satellite launches.
They are.
And with its growing expertise in areas like docking and robotics,
Right.
it's well-positioned to grab a larger share of this lucrative market.
So it's about carving out a space,
Pun intended.
no pun intended,
Oh.
for India in the global economy.
Yes.
It's about jobs investment and securing a place at the table in this new frontier.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see how this all ties together.
Good.
It's all connected.
It is, and don't forget the strategic implications,
For strategic implications.
especially when it comes to national security.
National security.
Space-based assets.
Okay.
They're crucial for surveillance communication
Ah.
and navigation, which are essential for a country's defense capabilities.
Right. Satellites aren't just for taking pretty pictures of Earth anymore.
Nope, not anymore.
They're playing a vital role in everything from disaster management
Vital
to
role.
intelligence gathering.
Exactly.
It's no wonder countries are investing so heavily in their space program.
It's a priority for many nations.
It makes sense.
Precisely. And for India, a country with a vast coastline
Yeah.
and complex geopolitical dynamics.
Complex for sure.
Having a robust space program isn't just about scientific exploration.
Right.
It's about safeguarding its interests
Protecting itself.
and projecting power on the global stage.
I see.
It's a big deal.
Okay, so we've got science, economics, and security
All intertwined.
all intertwined in this complex web that is India's space program.
It's complex.
And this, I'm guessing, is what UPSC examiners really want to see.
Absolutely.
That understanding of the bigger picture, how each piece fits into the overall puzzle.
Connecting the dots.
Exactly. And speaking of controversies, there are always ethical considerations
Always.
when it comes to space exploration.
Of course.
Especially as we venture further out into the cosmos.
It's uncharted territory in many ways.
But for now,
yeah.
let's get back to India's immediate goals.
Okay.
And how the projects we've discussed, CROP-ES, POEM4, and SpadeX,
Those are the big ones.
all fit into the grand plan.
The master plan.
Great point. And it's a perfect segue into our next segment.
A perfect segue.
Let's take those seemingly disparate pieces
Seemingly disparate.
and see how they contribute to India's long-term strategy in space.
Long-term strategy.
This is where things get really exciting because it's all about envisioning the future
The future of space exploration.
and understanding how India is positioning itself
Positioning itself
to be a major player in that future.
a major player.
All right. I'm all ears. Stay with us, folks, as we continue our deep dive
It's going to be good.
into the heart of India's space ambitions, a journey that's both thrilling
Thrilling.
and packed with valuable insights for your UPSC preparation.
Don't miss it.
Welcome back, everyone. So we've explored the what and the why of India's recent space achievements.
We have indeed.
Now let's tackle the what's next.
The big question.
What does all of this tell us about India's ambitions in space?
Their long-term goals.
And more importantly for our listeners, what are the key takeaways
The need-to-know info.
for those UPSC exams?
Absolutely.
Well, if you connect the dots
Connect the dots.
from everything we've discussed,
to everything.
a clear picture emerges.
It does.
India is strategically building capabilities
Building them up.
across multiple domains,
Many different areas.
from growing food in space
Essential for the future.
to mastering complex maneuvers like docking.
Like docking.
It's a roadmap
A plan.
for a future where India isn't just participating in space exploration,
Not just participating.
but leading the way.
Taking the lead.
Okay, but let's get specific.
Specifics.
What kind of missions are we talking about?
What are the goals?
What are the big goals ISRO is setting its sights on?
That's what we want to know.
This is the kind of stuff
Yeah.
that could easily pop up on a UPSC essay question, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
ISRO has been very vocal about their ambitions.
They have.
We're talking about an Indian space station, a
Wow.
mission to Venus,
To Venus. And even putting humans on the moon.
humans on the moon.
Think about the technological leaps needed for each of those goals.
It's mind-boggling.
CROPS and its focus on space agriculture
Right.
suddenly becomes crucial for long-term habitation in space.
Long-term,
Whether it's on a space station or a lunar base,
it all makes sense now.
it's all connected.
And SpadeX, that docking expertise,
So important.
becomes essential for assembling large structures in space,
Large structures.
like that very same space station.
You got it.
It's all starting to click into place.
It is, isn't it?
And don't forget about PM4 and those 24 payloads.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't just about a single experiment.
No, it's not.
It's about fostering innovation across the board,
Across the board,
including collaborations
collaborations are key.
with startups and universities.
They're all involved.
This ties directly into government policies
Government policies.
aimed at promoting private participation
Private participation.
in the space sector.
It's a big push.
Something that UPSC might ask you to analyze.
Oh, definitely they could ask about that.
So it's not just ISRO driving this progress.
No, it's not.
It's a whole ecosystem of players
A whole ecosystem
contributing to India's space journey.
working together.
That's a really important point,
It is crucial.
especially when analyzing the broader impact of the space program
Broader impact.
on the Indian
The
economy
economy.
and technological development.
Technological development.
Absolutely. And remember, all of this is happening
All of this progress.
with a budget that's a fraction of what other major space powers spend.
A fraction.
This commitment to frugal innovation
Frugal innovation.
is a recurring theme in India's space program
a recurring theme.
and a key takeaway for those UPSC exams.
You have to know that.
It speaks to India's ability to achieve ambitious goals
Ambitious goals.
with ingenuity and efficiency.
Ingenuity and efficiency.
That's truly inspiring. It sounds like India is on a trajectory
A trajectory.
to become a dominant force in space exploration.
A dominant force.
But what about the challenges?
The challenges.
What are the potential roadblocks
The roadblocks
that India might face
I face.
in achieving these ambitious goals?
Well, no grand endeavor is without its hurdles.
That's true.
funding is always a consideration.
Always a factor.
Even with ISRO's reputation for cost effectiveness.
They are known for that.
International competition is heating up.
They're eating up.
With more and more countries entering the space race.
It's getting crowded out there.
And of course, there are the inherent risks of space exploration itself.
Right.
Technical failures, unforeseen events.
Unforeseen events.
The sheer complexity of operating in such a harsh environment.
It's a challenging environment.
It is.
Right? Those are all important factors to consider.
Important factors.
Even amidst all the excitement and optimism.
The excitement.
Surrounding India's space program.
That's an exciting time.
It's about having a balanced perspective. Acknowledging both the opportunity and the challenges that lie ahead.
Challenges.
Exactly. And for those preparing for UPSC,
For those studying.
it's this nuanced understanding that will set you apart.
Set you apart.
It's not just about knowing the names of missions
No, not just names.
or the technology behind them.
It's deeper than that.
It's about analyzing the why and the how,
The why and the how.
understanding the broader context,
The bigger picture.
and being able to critically evaluate
Critically evaluate.
the potential roadblocks and opportunities.
Roadblocks and opportunities.
So as India continues its journey into the cosmos,
It's an incredible journey.
we encourage all of you to follow along,
How long?
not just as space enthusiasts,
Space enthusiasts.
but as informed citizens,
Citizens.
and of course as dedicated UPSC aspirants.
Dedicated aspirants.
Pay attention to the news.
Stay informed.
Dig deeper into the stories behind the headlines
Very deep.
and connect those dots
Connect the dots.
to the broader themes of science, technology, economics, and geopolitics
geopolitics.
that are so central to the UPSC syllabus.
absolutely central.
And if you find these deep dives helpful,
If you're enjoying the show,
remember to like and subscribe to our channel.
like and subscribe.
Every subscription
Every single one.
helps us reach more UPSC aspirants like yourself,
More aspirants.
providing them with the insights and analysis
Insights and analysis.
they need to ace those exams.
As those exams.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey
An incredible journey.
into the heart of India's space program.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep looking up, keep exploring, and keep those minds sharp.